Shalom and welcome to this week's Hebrew class. As we have already completed chapter 4 of Yehuchanan John, today we have a revision just to test just our ability to translate. So I will go through it and then we'll look at the translation. This is part A of the revision and it covers verses 1 to 17. So let us begin. And just like I do each week, I like to show you the resources that we use and also the vowel markings and how to mark them if you're not too familiar with that. So we begin now. And as we can see, we're in verse 1 of chapter 4. It's represented with the Aleph. And then we read, He, and it was. Kasher, like that, or you could even say like when, Noda, it was known, La'adon, to the master, Ki that Sham'u, they heard. So we have the translation, and it was like when it was known to the master that they heard, Ha Perushim, the Pharisees, Ashir, that Yahushua He'emid, which means raised up. And we can see the root there, amad, to stand up, to raise up. Vegam, and also hit bil, which is he immersed. So we have the translation, the Pharisees that Yahushua raised up and also he immersed. Talmidim, disciples. Harbe, which is more. Mi Yehuchanan, from Yehuchanan, which can also be interpreted as than, Yochanan in the modern Hebrew. Disciples more from Yehuchanan or than Yochanan. And then we turn to the next page. And it's represented by a Vayet, which is the second letter of the alphabet. So we know we're in verse 2. Ulam, and nevertheless, Yahushua, who he, lo not, hit bil, immersed, ki im, but. Now I've joined it here because these two go together normally, rather than joining it down here. And nevertheless, Yahushua, he not immersed, but. And then we have, of course, tell me Dave, his disciples. And then we have Gimel, which has a value of 3. So we know we're in verse 3. Va Yitzeh, and he went out, or he departed, Ma'aretz, from the land. And we could add of Yehuda, Judea, Vayelek, and he went, Sheniat, secondly, Hagalilah, to the Galil. And he went out, and he departed, from the land, and we can have of, Yehuda, and he went, secondly, to the Galil. And now we come to the next part. And we have a dalet, so we know we're in verse 4. He, and it was, and it could be it was or he was, right? But it's better to say and it was, la'avor. Right, we can say he there because of the next word, which is la'avor, to pass. So, and he was to pass. Derek, the way, or the way of, Eretz, the land of Shomron, which of course is Samaria. And he was to pass the way of the land of Shomron, or Samaria. And then we have a hey there, which we know is the fifth letter. We're in verse 5. Vayavo, and he came, le'ir, to a city, or it could be a town, me'areh, from the cities of Shomron, Samaria, Ushma, and her name, and in English we would normally say, and its name, Sukkah. And he came to a city from the cities of Samaria, and her or its name, Sukkah. Mul, meaning from opposite. Chelkat, the portion, and it's a construct form, the portion of Hasadeh, meaning the field. Asher, that Natan he gave, Yaakov, and that's who gave. From opposite the portion of the field that he gave Jacob. And so we turn to the next part. Le Yosef, to Joseph, Beno, his son, to Joseph, his son. And now we have a Vav, which is the sixth letter of the alphabet. We're in verse 6. Sham, and there, and I'll just add was, Be'er, a well, Yaakov, of Yaakov. Now often they'll say the well of Yaakov, but it looks like it's a well of Yaakov. The Yahushua, and Yahushua, Haya, he was Ayef, weary. And there was the well of Yaakov, and Yahushua, he was weary. Min, from Haderek, the way, Vayeshev, and he sat low for himself, al, upon Be'er, meaning the well, Ve'ha'et, and the time. From the way, or the road, and he sat for himself upon the well and the time. Ka sha'ah, like the hour, ha-shi-shit, meaning the sixth. Like the hour, the sixth. And then we now have a Zion, which has a value of 7, being the seventh letter. Va-tavo, and she came. It is she because the tav also acts as a feminine, as well as an imperfect form, but with a vav it's perfect. And she came, Isha, a woman, Shomronim, Samaritan, Lishav, to draw mayim, water, Vayomer, and he said. And she came, a woman, a Samaritan, to draw water, and he said, Eleha, unto her, Yahushua, Teni, which means give, or it could mean give it. Na, please, which can also mean now as well. Li, to me, lish, tot, to drink. Unto her, Yahushua, give it, please, to me to drink. And then we have a chet, which has a value of 8, 8 letter. Ki, for, tell me, Dave, his disciples, halku, they went, ha'ira, to the city, lik, not, to buy okel, food. For his disciples, they went to the town to buy food. And so we now come to Tet, which is the 9th letter of the alphabet. So we know we're in verse 9. Vatomer, and she said, Eliav, unto him or to him, Ha-isha, the woman, Ha-shomronit, the Samaritan, hen, see here, or it can mean behold. And she said unto him, the woman, the Samaritan, see here. Yehudi, it means, Yehudis or Jews. Ata, or a Jew, ata, you. The ekaka, and so how. Tish al, you shall you ask, me may ni, from me, lish tot, to drink. Yehudi, you, and so how shall you ask from me to drink? Ve anoki, and I am, isha, a woman, shomronit, a Samaritan. Ki, for, lo, not, yit, avu, which is they will mingle. And I am a woman, a Samaritan, for not they will mingle. Ha-Yehudim, the Jews, im with Shomronim, Samaritans. The Yehudim with Samaritans. We have a yod value of 10, Vaya'an, and he answered. Yahushua, that's who, Vayomer, and he said, Eleha, unto her, Lu, if only, Yada'at, you did know. And he answered, Yahushua, and he said unto her, if only you did know. Et grammar marker, ma tat, the gift. And we could add of, because it's like construct form. Ha Elohim, of Elohim. Umi, and who, they, this. And we could add is. Ha Omer, the one saying. Elayik, unto you, or to you. Grammar marker, the gift of the Elohim. And who this is, the one saying to you, Tenina, which means give it please, li to me, lishtot to drink, ki for, ata now, sha'al te you would ask, me may nu from him. It's him because the nun has a dagesh in it, as we know. Give it please to me to drink, for now you would ask from him. Vet natan, and he would give. Luck to you. Mayim, water. Chayim, living. And he would give to you water living. Now V'yot 10, Aleph 1, Turin 11. Va Tomer, and she said, Eliav, unto him, or to him, Ha-isha, the woman, Adoni, my master, Keli, meaning a vessel, Ein leka, not to you. or not for you. And she said to him, the woman, my master, a vessel not for you. Lish af to draw bow in it. The ha be'er and the well, amu ka, deep is, it is deep. U me ayin, and from where mayan water chayim, living. To draw in it, and the well, it is deep, and from where the water living. And then we have a yod, 10, a vet 2. Ha gadol. Now the hay is a questioning hay. Are greater. Ata you. Mi Yaakov. Mi, so that's mi Yaakov from Jacob. Avinu, our father. Asher, who? Because a share can be who. Are greater you from Yaakov, will often be translated than Yaakov, our father, who Natan gave lanu to us et gramamaka ha be'er, the well, ha zot, this, but yesh te, and he drank mimena, from it, who he gave to us, Gramamaka the well, this, and he drank from it, he. Uvanayev, and his sons, Uha Bakar, and the cattle, Shalo, belonging to him, and his sons, and the cattle, belonging to him. And then we have a Yod 10, Gimel 3. So we know we're in 13. Vaya an, and he answered, Yahushua, Vayomer, and he said, Eleha, unto her, Kal, all, ha shote, the ones drinking, is literally, and it's the ones drinking, all the ones drinking. And so we have the translation. And he answered, Yahushua, and he said unto her, all drinking. We know it's a participle, but because of the hay in front of it, it should be like the ones drinking. All the ones drinking. Men from Hamayim, the water, Ha'ele, these, Yashuv, it shall return. Ve'yitma, and he shall thirst. From the waters these, and it, well, it's just it shall return, and he shall thirst. So we come now, and we've got Yod 10, Dalet 4. Va'asher, and who, could be who, Yishteh, shall drink, min from Hamayim, the water, Asher, that Anoki, I am no 10 giving. And who shall drink from the water that I am giving? Lo, to him. Lo, not. Yitma, he shall thirst, or just shall thirst. Le'olam, forever. Ki, for Hamayim, the water, Asher, that, eten, I shall give, lo, to him. to him not shall thirst forever, for the waters that I shall give to him, they shall be, bekir bo, in his interior, or midst, lim kor, to or for a fountain, mayim of water, novim, gushing. They shall be in his interior for a fountain of water gushing. It's a participle form. Lechaye, for life of, because it's a construct form with a zere. Ha'olam, the eternal. So for life of the eternal, literally. For life of the eternal. And then we have a tet, which we know is a value of 9, and a vav value of 6. 9 and 6 is 15, so we're in 15. Vatomer, and she said, Elev, unto him, or it can be to him. Ha-isha, the woman, Adoni, my master, tena li, so it means give to me, or give it to me. And she said to him, the woman, my master, give it to me. Ha-mayim, the water, ha-hem, which means them or those, let ma'an, so that, or for the sake, that's why we use it here, for the sake, ashir, that, lo, not, et ma, I shall thirst, so not I shall thirst, od, meaning more or still, or even again. The waters those for the sake that not I thirst more. And we're in 15c, and we got ve'lo, and not. Osif, meaning I continue, because the aleph is I. Lavo, to come. Hena, meaning here. Lish'a, of, lishov, to draw. As a participle form, so you could say for drawing is more accurately for drawing. And not I continue to come here for drawing. Then we have a tet, 9, Zion 7. 9 and 7 is 16. Vayomer, and he said, Eleha, unto her, or to her, Yahushua, that's who, le-ki, and that's like an imperative, go, from halak, or lek. The kir-e, and call. Both of them are like an imperative form. And he said to her, Yahushua, go and call. Le-ishek, which is to your man, which of course will be translated as husband. Ve-shuvi, and return. Again, it's more like the construct form. The imperative form. Halom, meaning here. To your man and return here. And now we have Yod 10, Zion 7. So together it means 17. Vata'an, vata'an. And she answered, Ha'isha, the woman, Vatomer, and she said, Ain, not, li, to me, ish, a man, or husband, Va-yomer, and he said. And she answered the woman, and she said, not to me, a man, and he said, Eleha, unto her, Yahushua came rightly, or it can be so, rightly, so. Dibarte, you speak. They'll often translate you say, but it's dibar, which normally means to speak. You speak. And not li to me, ish, a man. Unto her you shall rightly you say or you speak, not for me, a man. And so we come finally to the valve marks, just so that we can refresh ourselves, to know that a kamatz is a slightly longer A sound, a patak is a shorter A, zere is a longer E, segol is shorter, shavar is what breaks up the word into its syllables, so when we see that we know it's a syllable break. And then we have cholam, that's the O sound, shuruk, that's the short U sound, and kubutz is longer. Then we have a kataf segol. After the shavar, we have a short E sound, and then we have chirik, that's the I sound, kataf patak, the A sound after the shavar, and then we have kamatz, which is after the shavar, a longer A sound associated with it. And finally, we come to, again, our resources, and I'm encouraging you, don't stop using them. They're very useful. You can read any scripture using them, and it'll be very helpful. And to do it in Hebrew is also brilliant in trying to work out root words, especially with the Brit Chadashah reading, the New Testament readings, which we only have a Greek source. So we need to also use that one to work out the words. So let us go backwards again through the vowel marks, through the letter values. And we have a Tav 400, Shin 300, Resh 200, Kuf 100, Zadeh 90, Pei 80, Ayin 70, Samek 60, Nun 50, Mem 40, Lamed 30, Kaf 20, Yod 10, Tet 9, Chet 8, Zion 7, Vav 6, Hey 5, Dalet 4, Gimel 3, Vayet 2, Aleph 1. And that brings us to the end of our revision lesson. And we do pray that you find yourself going through that and actually remembering quite a bit of that. And I just pray you're blessed by it, and I wish you a Shavua Tov in the name of our Messiah, Yahusha, or Yeshua, as many will know him. In his great and glorious name, may you have a blessed week. Amen.